Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am LadySmitan, and today's video is the third and final video of my LP house build. Thank God we've got to the end of it, guys. um, as I mentioned in the last video, my great friend SimorLater got me backyard stuff, which is super amazing, and I'm really grateful to him, which meant that I got to use it in my build, which is awesome. So I tried to use as much as I could, which you'll see throughout this video, and right now I am just building a gazebo, which is going to be Derek's Zen meditation area in the garden. I really wanted to have somewhere for him outside in nature because he loves the outdoors, which I don't think is one of his traits, but it's sort of in his personality to be outdoors a lot. Um, and I fiddle around with the roof for a while, and then I do this. For some reason I do two separate sides, and then later on I'm like, why did I do two separate sides when I could have just done diagonal roof and it would have made more sense, but you'll see that in a bit anyway. And I was just fiddling with the layout and I wanted a pond around it, so I'm just building that in. And the garden is separated into sections. I've got sort of the Zen garden area, which is here with the water around it and the meditation mats and yoga mats inside, and then next to that is sort of like a cut off hidden allotment garden area for Derek again to grow vegetables for cooking because he's all about organic and healthy eating and stuff. And then there is, on the opposite side, it's more of like the family area where there's the barbecue area, a bar, and a swimming pool. And I did really want to use the slip and slide from backyard stuff, but you'll see in a bit I really just can't get it to fit. No matter how much I tried, it just didn't work right with the space, with all the other things that I wanted to have there. And now you can see I was fiddling with the roof and I had to rebuild the walls to get the roof back on, and it was just like, ugh. And I wanted to make this look a little bit oriental in a way, sort of like a pagoda style little building, to go with the theme of Zen and meditation and yoga. There's a waterfall on the back wall, and I go with the red and green theme for the whole thing, which is quite cute. I really like it in the end. I'm quite proud of it even. I will go as far to say that. Though I do like this garden by the end of the build, but again, I feel like I could have done better. I'm still learning to build. I'm still getting to grips with a lot of things and testing out things when I'm building. So I might go back and do a renovation on the garden at some point and the house. We'll see. I do like the structure of the house. I just don't know about the interior all the time. I sometimes love it, I sometimes don't. But maybe you guys can tell me what you think I should do or what you think I should do differently. Using the new wind chime, I used the bamboo one to go again with the oriental theme, and on the back wall I put a waterfall in a minute. I do start off with those candles, which I thought was quite cool, but then I wanted to add in more of the water features and sounds. I thought they'd be quite nice, but there is a wall speaker there if you wanted to have the new age music or any music playing whilst your sim is in there. You could even change this completely and just have a little seating area in there or a table in there. It's up to you really what you want to do with it. I just thought it's quite cool for the wellness skill. Working in the dark, adding in my little lanterns. I do add a lot of plants and rocks around that pond eventually. It's just currently stays a bit barren whilst I build most of the structures and figure out where everything's going to go. And I tried to build a small stone pathway with the slabs, which later on I change for wooden flooring and gravel underneath. There's a lot of gravel in this garden. I know a lot of people probably don't like gravel in their gardens in real life because it isn't the nicest thing to walk on generally if you wanted to go barefoot, but I like the way the gravel looks in The Sims, so I've used that because I also wanted to have softer edges rather than using flooring tiles and having that like very solid edge. Using as much as I could of the backyard stuff because it is a really amazing pack. If you don't have it, I suggest that you get it as soon as you are able to. It's really good and it has lots of cute little plants in it, which I love obviously because I love plants. And lots of nice little decoration features. The wind chimes are really cool. I love the fact that they actually work, and there's 3 different types and there's 3 different pitches. You've got the medium, the low and the high pitch, which is just really cool. And the 2 different hanging types is like really awesome of them to have done that. And here I was building sort of a separation wall with these trellises from romantic garden stuff to sort of separate the areas because I didn't want it to just be a mishmash all together in one area. So I thought if I had this, it would like sort of tuck away Derek's allotment garden area back here. And there aren't lots of pots there or planter boxes. I only wanted a couple, but you could always add in more if you wanted to, or you could get rid of them completely if you didn't want the little gardening area. That's up to you if you did download this house and want to change things. the new round table that seats 6 in backyard stuff, which has the sheer see-through translucent, whichever word you would like to use, umbrella, which is really cool. I really like that texture, it's very clever. I don't know how programming works, but that's awesome. And I mess around with the pool, everything sort of gets moved around a lot. Eventually I delete the slip inside, which is a shame because it is cool and I would have liked to have it in their garden, but I probably will just put it on a community lot if I ever want to use it with them. I might build a community lot, which I've never really done. I'm not really good with community lots. It sounds strange, but homes, I live in a home, I'm used to that. I don't get out much maybe to see a lot of community lots and figure out how the layout should be and stuff, which sounds really lame, but it's kind of true. And then I was watching Thomas TV when he was doing a backyard renovation, and he said it would have been cool if they'd had a picnic basket, like a working picnic basket, and this rug would look really good on the floor for a picnic area. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So, Thomas, if you're watching, I have sort of stolen that idea, but here is the credit to you. So I just put that underneath the lantern tree from Movie Hangout stuff, with some of the Movie Hangout stuff, little, like, seats, I can't remember what they're called, and a cooler box from Outdoor Retreat, so they can have, like, little snacks there, and they can hang out there, and it'll look quite cute. A small seating area just to enjoy the garden and relax. And I was playing around with all the colours a lot because there's so many great patterns in backyard stuff, and they were just all really cute and I didn't know which ones to go with, so they changed a couple of times. And I made sure that I used as many items as possible. The only items I didn't use were the wall decals of the frog and the flower, the rugs of the frog and the flower, and what else? There's another item. Oh, those two more items. The two, like the potted bush and the sort of bush with the different coloured flowers from like top to bottom. I didn't use them because I just didn't feel like they'd fit in the garden. I didn't want the garden to be completely full of plants like I normally do. I wanted them to just have lots of small areas of potted plants in, so there wasn't like loads of maintenance for them. That's sort of the idea behind it, and then all the maintenance would go into the small allotment garden. Here's the bar area. I faff around with that for a while because it's an like awkward place, and because the water slide things there, and the slip and slide, sorry, and I didn't know how to get everything to fit properly. But then I delete the slip and slide, and it's a bit easier for everything to fit. There's a bit of weird glitching there where it wouldn't click properly, so messing around with that. And down this little side bit, which you can sort of just see here on the screen, is where I put the bird feeder and the birdhouse eventually, because I thought they'd be quite cute down there, tucked away. Sort of have an area where the birds are distracted to go there instead of going to eat Derek's plants. Again, a little bit maybe overthinking things, because obviously the Sims game isn't that in depth. Like, the birds aren't going to eat your vegetables, it's just they do in real life. So that was sort of my thought about it. And I put the birdhouse there, but I move it now in a second down to here. As you can see, here is the little area, and there's the bird feeder and the birdhouse and just some potted plants and some normal plants around there eventually, just so it's quite a nice little tucked away space for them. And we keep the fire pit, and this is where I'm playing with the pool and trying to figure out what I want to do, putting in the little drainer thing and some lights so it's a bit more lit up at night. And looking back, I kind of wanted to put in a hot tub, but again, it just wasn't going to fit with the full aesthetic of the backyard. And as I said, I'm still learning. I probably could have done a much better job at this garden if I'd taken a bit more time, but I've been a bit too excited about starting my LP, so I've rushed things a little bit. I'm sorry guys, but it just means that we get to do a renovation video in the future if you guys aren't happy with what I've done, or if I feel I need to change it. I wanted to have sort of like the waterfall jumping platform. It's got like the little waterfall leading into the pool. I thought was cool. So I did that in black and did some black rocks around it, and then I put some ferns in there and some other flowers and things to make it look a little bit overgrown, a little bit like a mini jungly area, which I thought was quite cool. And everywhere just gets surrounded by gravel eventually. Not the whole thing, it doesn't look horrendous. Well, it doesn't look great, and maybe to some people, but I was happy enough with it, it works. And then we try and figure out the slip and slide again, and then I just have to get rid of it because it's huge and it's in the way, and I know Sims can walk over it, but I just did not like the way it was fitting, or not fitting, I guess, in the garden. And maybe we'll put it out there one day for them to play around on it, or as I said, I'll just put it on a community lot and they can go play there. I added some hedges. I had them around other areas in the fence as well to make it look sort of like they're growing through the fence and it's been there for a while and it's not just brand new and pristine. Putting in these cute little lanterns, they're so adorable. I love them. I love lanterns. I'm slightly obsessed. Every time I go into a home shop and there's lanterns there, I just really want to buy them. But I don't have the money. Otherwise my house would just be full of lanterns, probably. Lanterns and Sims games. But it would be beautiful. And putting in more candles and stuff because I thought that'd be quite cute and a little bit sort of I don't really want to say like hippie vibe. I can't really ever figure out the word that I'm trying to use, but sort of just like natural and calming and like cute and like giving ambience and stuff to the area. I thought that was nice. And this is where I start putting the gravel in. It looks quite harsh at first, but it does get softened up, and I do try and like neaten it up as well because it's pretty messy when I'm just like whacking it in everywhere. As you can see, it's a bit crazy at this point. And then I was trying to fix these parts, and the black does kind of work, but I didn't like it, so I changed for wood in the end, and I have to use Control and F to get it to do that little tiny triangle bit and do it all diagonal instead. But it looks quite cool. I quite like it. I was originally thinking I was going to do some sort of like floating decking area in a pond, which is sort of what I've tried to make it look like, but I haven't really pulled it off that well because I couldn't do as big a pond as I probably needed to for that sort of look. Maybe in my next garden build. I'm actually thinking of maybe doing a fixer-upper series, but not the traditional fixer-upper series, sorry, of downloading a house off the gallery and like renovating the house and the interior. I'm thinking more of doing sort of just garden renovations. If anyone in England has ever seen like Gardener's World, where they show you like fantastic, amazing gardens that people have, or they teach you how to look after plants. And there's also Ground Force back in the day. If you're old, you know what I'm on about. If you're not old, you have no idea what I'm on about. But they used to like go into people's gardens and they'd do them over for them, whilst they like a family member would call them over for them to do up someone's garden, and then the person whose garden it was would come back and they'd be surprised and it'd be amazing and it'd be beautiful. And I was thinking of doing something like that. I thought that'd be quite cool. So anyone out there who wants to maybe give me feedback on that idea, that would be awesome. And anyone who wants to build a house and give me a garden to renovate, that would be pretty cool. You could do like a really nasty garden where everything's really overgrown and there's just random furniture or like random dirt and rubbish and stuff all in there, and then I'll have to go in and change everything. You could even give me a list of criteria if you wanted to, and I would have to follow that. So you could be like, they want to have a pool area, or they want to have a pond and an allotment garden, or they just want a jungle garden and stuff like that, and then I'd have to research into it and do that. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, if you think that would be a cool idea, or if you'd enjoy watching that. I would enjoy doing it, so I'll probably just do it in my spare time, even if you guys don't want me to do it on the channel, because I really need to learn a bit more about landscaping and gardening and sort of just improving my skills, because that's sort of partly why I've started doing a channel and building, was to get feedback so I could better myself in The Sims in general, and also just so I could connect with people who enjoy what I enjoy. So, you know, thanks guys for being interested and liking my videos and watching them. It means a lot that I actually have people who enjoy what I'm doing, and there's 25 of you now, so that's pretty awesome. Like a week and a bit ago there was 6, and then boom, you've all just appeared from nowhere. But that's awesome and I love it, and it's really cool, and it's been really awesome connecting with other people, and I've made friends like SimorLater and Chloe Simmer, and it's awesome. So yeah, thanks guys. And please like feel free to like message me and stuff on any of the social medias listed below in my description. Like I love talking to you guys and like getting ideas and sharing ideas and even giving ideas and advice on things. Like if you wanted to do a YouTube channel, or if you just wanted advice on building or something and you felt that I could give you the advice you need, because I don't personally feel like I'm some expert in any way. I am still very new and learning and just sort of playing about with everything. Like everything I do is pretty much just me putting it down, thinking, does that work? Doesn't that work? I think it works, and then sort of just leaving it and seeing what anyone else says about it. But I have had nice feedback from people such as SimorLater and Chloe Sims about like how they really love something I've done and how it's inspired them to do something else, which like is amazing, super cool. I keep saying like a lot. I'm sorry guys, I have to record this quickly. La 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 la. So getting all my words mixed up, but I have to record this quite quickly because I do actually need to go somewhere, and I had planned to do this earlier in the day, but it's been ridiculously hot in England and I haven't gotten anything done. And I know you're all thinking, what, you only have to talk for 16 minutes, what are you on about? That's not that hard, is it? And to be honest, commentaries are kind of difficult sometimes because you do say random stuff and make random noises when you don't mean to because you're stumbling over words. And then I have to go back and I have to edit that out, or I have to re-record like parts of it because I've said something ridiculous and it doesn't make sense. So what to you might seem like I've only spent 16 minutes recording has actually probably taken me like an hour or more to do because I've had to go in and like change what I've said or just start over again sometimes if it's complete nonsense or if the audio is awful. It's a long process, guys, but it's a process I've been enjoying. I think it's been quite awesome doing this channel stuff, to be honest. I've learned so many things about editing and programs that I didn't even know existed, so I'm finding that quite fun. And I think, yep, this is the end of the video, and in a second there will be some screenshots. So this is the LP house garden completed, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below, and if you haven't subscribed already and you'd like to see more, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and having more of you guys in my community would be awesome. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys!